and Brian Mallory. Justin Russell and Theodore Rollins are tackles. The guards are Emmanuel McClendon and Raymond Jackson, and the center is Alan Jones. For the Raiders of Riverview, Jeff Kappa at quarterback. Ben Ertlejack at one of Graham. The ends are Jason Kappa and Charles Belisario. The tackles, Justin Papa and Jeremy Dujak. Guards, Theo Ficaris and Rich Walsh, and the center is Andy Flaherty. And we're about ready to get this one underway here.
We're going to take a break for Caputo Chiropractic, and we'll be back and continue with more our high school football telecast, all coming up right after this.
Number 56, Sam Gifford.
Once again, a sunny afternoon here at Riverside Park. The Raiders have enjoyed much success on the gridiron this year. This was one of those years when a lot of people felt that this ball club might be down a little with heavy graduation losses, but Joe, they've been able to put this thing together and do it nicely.
One of the better teams that Jake Kappa's put together here at Riverview, and he's had some good ones. The officials for today's game, the referee Fred Zangara, the umpire Dave Hilliard, Tim Hudson, the linesman, side judge Harry Quinn, and the back judge Larry Sukett.
We noticed in the program that a friend of ours,
yeah, Nick Starsenik, acting principal. I wonder if that's the Nick that the superintendent over at Highlands for all those years.
Well, that could be his son. Doesn't say junior, doesn't say senior.
Yeah, but it says acting here, so maybe they needed somebody, and Nick being the guy that he is, why probably, and maybe it went down there to get the things put in order, and if anybody can do it, he can.
Boy, that's for sure. We've known Nick Starsenik for quite some time. As a matter of fact, the Highlands football team has played its game. They have named the Highlands football field after Nick Starsenik. So, yeah, Wilkinsburg this year's having it down when they haven't won anything yet. But, boy, I can remember, Joe, down through the years, they were always one of the perennials, favorites. Always one of the favorites in their classification. And not only football, basketball as well.
One of the all-time greats from Wilkinsburg, Bob, is one of the great all-time Pittsburgh Pirates. Dick Groat came out of Wilkinsburg. You know what he did. Yeah. And not only in baseball, but also in basketball.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for
and the balance of the Raider Ball Club. Well, I hope nobody got hurt. They ran right through that horseshoe and literally destroyed it. Anyway, we'll be back with the opening kickoff and the toss of the coin, and we'll get started here very shortly at Riverside Park right after this timeout. Back here at Riverside Park where the co-captains are coming out onto the field. And, folks, this is no joke. We look across the way. Not only have the Tigers not won a football game this year from Wilkinsburg, but the visitor stands over there have a total of about maybe a dozen people that have come here to watch their ball club this afternoon. There is no student body following the action. There's no band. They have no cheerleaders.
Number 80, Charles Belisario. And number 14, Jeff Kappa.
For the Raiders, Justin Graham, Jeremy Dujak, Charles Belisario, and Jason Kappa represent Riverview. So Wilkinsburg has won the toss, and they have elected to receive, and Riverview will defend the goal to our right. Scoreboard side. By the way, one of the youngsters came up and said, gee whiz, make sure with the starting lineup you mentioned some other names here. The managers of this team, and this is a total team effort here. Matt Zuko, Greg Savinda, Joey Verzinski, Michael Tardillo. The trainer is Angelo Tardillo. And the team doctor, Dr. Joe Fuchsia.
I got a little news for you, Bob. Those people are every bit as much a part of this winning ball club as the players themselves. They make their contribution as well.
I don't know if our camera can pick it up just to the left there of the team huddle. They have some of the youngsters there with, you know, the water bottles, the towels, and all of that over there. They're part of it down there by the Gatorade.
Wilkinsburg's got a youngster, Bob, number 33, Aaron Scales. He is 5 foot tall, at least that's what it says. He may be even a little shorter. He weighs 116 pounds. And those kind of people, Bob, are out there because they really love to play, because they certainly don't do it because of their size anymore. You know, you got to be a biggie, but not this youngster. 5 foot, 116 pounds.
So the Raiders will tee it up, and Orlando Belisario is kicking off. Back are Brian Mallory and Robert Sykes. Mallory to the near side. And it looks like it is Mallory at the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and across the 30-yard line. Tackled on the play by Sam Geppert.
Tackled by Sam Geppert. There is a flag on the play, however.
Also, Carl Banks there to assist defensively for the Raiders. Wilkinsburg starts out with a penalty.
Penalty against the Wilkinsburg Tigers for unsportsmanlike conduct.
This boy is huge, Bob. David number
Mitchell.
71.
Unsportsmanlike conduct from the 31 back to the 16, or... Yep, that's where they said it.
Ball taken back to the 16. First down, Tigers.
Wilkinsburg. First down and 10.
Well, it's I think it's going to be first down and 25, Bob. Well, if they ever get squared away here, now I think they've got it squared away.
I don't understand. Well,
it is first and 25.
All right, they've got to go to the 41. Well, okay, you're right. First and 25. The quarterback is Ramon Burke, unless they've changed. And the give goes to Harrison Williams.
Williams carrying the ball.
And Justin Papa, the youngster that was injured last week. Also Theo Ficaris and Orlando Belisario assisting on the play. So about a yard on that carry. I've got the quarterback down as number 15. There looks like they're going with number 9, which would be Jason Stenhouse. So it's Stenhouse who's the quarterback. Stenhouse operating out of the eye. It is second down and 24, and he'll throw. And he'll throw this one out of bounds, and he was in deep trouble from the start. So for whatever reason, Stenhouse gets the call at quarterback today instead of Ramon Burke. And Ramon Burke is lined up as one of the wide receivers. So it's now third down, 24 for the Tigers. Aaron Scales, Joe had alluded to his size, is lined up wide right. And it goes to Harrison Williams again. And Williams is hit near the 19-yard line. Kappa gets up off the bottom of the pile. And it'll bring up fourth and about 20. So Wilkinsburg in 3 plays picks up 5 yards. And of course they had that penalty going against them. So Ertlejack will drop back for the punt along with Dapra. And Ramon Burke is back to punt for the Tigers. And the left footer punts it high but short. It's going to take a Wilkinsburg bounce and all the way down to the 46-yard line, where the Raiders, for the first time this afternoon, will have the ball. No score in the opening quarter, and the Raiders will start offensively with good field position at their own 46.
Well, Bob, it's easy to count. Wilkinsburg has a total of 11 players, I should say 15 players in uniform, 11 out on the field on defense, and 4 over there on the sideline, as I see it. Well, now I see the 5th one, so they got 16, I guess.
Kappa has them lined up in the eye. And Ertlejack comes in motion. Daper gets the first call and goes off tackle. And is going to be hit by Burke along with Scales at about the 45-yard line of Wilkinsburg, just short of the first down by about a yard or so. Second down and about a yard.
Gets 9 on that carry.
Well, I'll tell you what, service here is fantastic, is it not?
Why do you think
soft
we're
drinks?
When's the pizza coming?
Joe's putting in an order for pizza. All right, second down and about a yard. Justin Graham at fullback. And again, Ertlejack comes in motion. Ertlejack gets the, Justin Graham down to the 37 of Wilkinsburg. And for Wilkinsburg, Theodore Rollins makes the tackle. First down, and the first for the Raiders this afternoon.
Ball on the 38.
I'll give Wilkinsburg a lot of credit, Joe. They could have folded.
Yep.
Once again, Ertlejack in motion. This time it goes to Zarimsic, and Zarimsic is hit at the 30-yard line. But not before Brett Smith.
Tackled by Theodore Rollins.
And Rollins bring him down just inside at the 29, but he's picked up about 9 yards on that carry, 2nd and 1. Jake Kappa, the coach of the team here. Second down and about a yard. Belisario wide left. Once again, Ertlejack coming in motion to the side. Daper gets the call straight up the middle and is hit at the 20. He's got a first down, obviously. Off the bottom of the pile, Justin Russell, along with Harrison Williams. Gerald Jones, for Jarrell Jones, also there. At the 20. Opening quarter, no score yet. Riverview possession followed a Wilkinsburg punt at the Raider 46. So whatever happens here will be the some total of 54 yards. Depra up the middle, and big number 70, Justin Russell, wrestles him to the ground. Also, Theodore Rollins assists on the tackle.
Theodore Rollins also on the spot by a gain of 5.
Well, that was the shortest gain so far for the Raiders, 5 yards.
Second down and 5 at the 15-yard line for Riverview. Ben Ertlejack is a wing to the right. Daper and Justin in the eye. Belisario to the left with the left end in tight. Kappa looking in the end zone, and a touchdown to Ertlejack.
Ertlejack from Kappa, complete for a TD.
So the Raiders are on the board with a touchdown pass to Ertlejack from Jeffrey Kappa.
I think number 70, Bob, Justin Russell, just got warned by the official. I don't know whether there's some trash talk out there or what, but the official looked as though he was giving Russell a little bit of a, well, I think he just told him to keep the lips tight.
Orlando Belisario, the kick, the extra point.
Here's Orlando Belisario with the attempt, and the kick is up and good. Orlando makes the extra point, and Riverview is off to a 7-0 lead. Bob Tattern with Joe Falsetti here at Riverside Park in Oakmont. Riverview with the one touchdown lead. We'll be right back. Nothing is the score. The Raiders on that 54-yard drive, capped by the 15-yard touchdown strike to Erteljack. And the extra point tacked on by Belisario. First quarter of play, Wilkinsburg's reception on the opening kickoff started with a penalty, and it brought up a 1st and 25 for the team. And they were in a hole to start with. Here's the kick, and it'll be fielded at about the 8. The return by Chuck Tyler.
Mallory.
Or is it Mallory?
25.
Mallory on the return. Belisario there for the tackle. And Wilkinsburg starts now with a 1st and 10 at the 25. Burke is wide here to the right. The quarterback is Jason Stenhouse. They're operating strong side left out of the eye. The pitch comes back to Williams looking for a hole. Zarymczyk is there after a short 1-yard gain.
Stopped there by number 21, Orlando Belisario.
And apparently Orlando Belisario was there along with Zarymczyk on that tackle. But Zarymczyk made initial contact on the play. Gain of a yard, 2nd and 9. Well, I guess I stand corrected about no band. They have something out there.
Well, the bus might have been hung up, Bob. Uh-oh, there's
loose
a fumble.
football.
There's a fumble on the play.
No fumble. Incomplete pass is ruled by the official.
But they recovered the fumble. And it's an incomplete pass.
3rd down and 9 coming up.
That brings up 3rd down and 9.
So apparently Stenhouse had the arm going forward when it happened. Out of the eye with Williams as the tailback, and he's a pretty big boy. Stenhouse throwing deep. He's got a man out there, but it's overthrown and intercepted by the Raiders at about the 38-yard line by
Belisario, was it? Yeah, 21, I think. Yep.
Okay, Orlando Belisario, number 21, makes the interception at the Raider 38-yard line, and immediately the ball is downed on that diving catch. No return on the interception. 1st and 10 for the Raiders, coming the other way. Here's a pitch back to Dapra. Dapra, with some footwork, is going to be spilled at about the 40-yard line by Williams. Or excuse me, that was Justin Russell. Harrison Williams, I thought, was there. Probably initially on the plate for 39, a gain of a yard.
It wasn't Williams' ball, right?
2nd down and 9. Shortest gain of the afternoon for the Raiders, I believe.
Yep.
And with the exception of the touchdown pass, they've kept it on the ground. Am I correct? Yeah, just the one pass. That was a 15-yarder to Erteljack. 7-0, the Raiders in the lead. 2nd and 9. And Kappa now throws, and this one is caught by Kappa. Brother Kappa at the 40 of Wilkinsburg, out of bounds inside the 40 and a 1st down.
Right on the money, Bob. On the run, too.
That ball could have been intercepted. It looked like it had a chance to do that.
From Jeff to Jason.
Covered 22 yards. So a first down for the Raiders. 2 pass completions by Jeffrey Kappa out of 2 attempts. Momentary timeout somewhere. No? Well, the Raiders are ready in either case here. 1st and 10 near the 40 of Wilkinsburg. This is Ertlejack in motion here to the near side. Dapra slips a little, cuts in, still on his feet, and is wrestled to the ground by Williams. And boy, they're after this guy. Harrison Williams brings him down.
Williams on the tackle.
A loss on the play of about, no, they gain a yard.
Probably yard gain on the play.
Second down, 9 after the 1-yard pickup by Dapra. Mike Pavlik at the controls here at the Comcast computer, keeping statistics. The old number 2 lead pencil still going strong. From the eye, Kappa fakes the draw, fires to his brother Jason Kappa. Incomplete with coverage on the far side by Brian Mallory. I'd say Brian Mallory's got a few pounds that he can shove around in the field. 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Raiders. We're in the first quarter with Riverview leading 7-0, about 3 minutes. There's part of our camera crew up on the rooftop. 3rd and 9. A little bit better than 3 minutes to play here in the opening period. Too much time.
Flag on the play.
Oh, that came from the linesman.
Yeah, that's a little movement there somewhere. Yep, offside against
Offside
Wilkinsburg.
against the Tigers. 5 yards marked off.
That'll bring it up to the 34-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and about 4. Notice the officials are wearing their warm weather gear on this Saturday afternoon. And the deeper we get into October, those trees just like they were painted overnight, you know, that just waiting for everybody to get here. Gorgeous sight. 3rd down and 4. And this is Ertlejack. Finds the hole and is across the 30 for the first down. Tackled on the play by, that was, I believe, Ramon Burke, number 15. First down for the Raiders at the 26-yard line.
Riverview on the 26.
Raiders' first touchdown was a 15-yard pass to Ertlejack. Here is Dapra. Right pass to Justin Russell, and then brought down inside the 5-yard line, but a flag thrown at the 22-yard line.
That'll go against the Raiders. I'm pretty sure it's a holding call.
Well, what happens in this case, from the point of the flag back to the line of scrimmage, you would give Dapra at least 5 yards on that carry.
He got more than 5.
No, to the flag.
Oh, up to the, oh, okay.
So officially, he picked up roughly 5 yards. And the penalty will bring it back. They're going to go from the flag, which was the 23 or so, back to the 33. So a 10-yard penalty. It's a holding call, and I believe the Raiders' first penalty of the day.
On the 32. 1st and 15.
So it's 1st and 15 for the Raiders. There's Jeffrey Kappa with the timeout.
Timeout, Tigers.
Wilkinsburg with a timeout, and we will as well. 7-0 here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes to play. We'll be right back. Next week, the Raiders are on the road, then return with Greensburg Central Catholic, and then finish up at Leechburg. And I'm trying to remember who they have next week. Clareton
next week.
Friday
right?
night, yeah.
Well, talking about what Riverview has left, our game of the week might very well be the game of the year as far as we're concerned, Bob, is next Friday night. Couple of unbeatens. Mars will travel up to Burrell, and they are, as I say, undefeated, so that one probably will decide the championship of that section. Next Friday night, Mars at Burrell.
As we return to action, the Raiders with the football. First down and 15. Ertlejack and Jason Kappa are wide to the right. One setback for Jeffrey Kappa, and that's Tamburo. Kappa throws short, completes it to Ertlejack at the 25. And he's down to about the 15 or 16-yard line.
I think he got the first down, Bob. Pretty sure.
Tackle made over there by Williams, I believe. Harrison Williams made the tackle right on the 15, and the first down for the Raiders. 17 yards on the play. So the Raiders, who lead in the game 7-0, want to tack on something here. And Joe, not that they're hungry. I mean, this is just a typical Saturday afternoon for the team. They're not anxious to pay anybody back for anything. This is just Riverview football.
They're just out doing a job.
Here is Daper on a delayed handoff up the middle, down to about the 11-yard line. Williams finished up the tackle that was started by Jarrell Jones. So a gain of about, well, let's call it 5, 2nd and 5 from the 10. Again, special thanks to the concession crew here at Riverview for the soft drink supply to us. And
how about that Airedale you had a little bit before the game started? You don't count that, huh?
And up ahead is Dapra, and across the 5-yard line has a first down near the 4. First down for the Raiders at the 4. So once again, the Raiders anxious to take it in.
First and goal.
Looks like about a minute and a few odd seconds. Ertlejack wide, well, not really wide right, to flank to the right. Hard to say who had it.
Close.
Well, Dapra near the 2-yard line. And Justin Russell makes the tackle for Wilkinsburg. 2nd and goal from the 2. Second down and goal for the Raiders. Kappa over center, gives to Justin Graham, I believe. Justin Graham for the 6 points. And Belisario will attempt the point after.
Orlando Belisario will attempt the point after.
Uh-oh. Partially
Through the
blocked.
uprights, and the kick is good. So the Raiders make it a 14-0 game.
That one was partially blocked, and it still made it through there, I thought.
So Riverview will kick off here shortly, and the Tigers on the receiving end of this one will put it into play. Both touchdowns scored from within the 20. The first on a 15-yard pass strike to Ertlejack. And this one, Justin Graham from about a yard or a yard and a half out. And Belisario making both extra points. And it is a 14-0 game. Riverview leading here at home. And apparently on their way to a 7th consecutive victory in 1994. Here's Belisario and the kick. And this one's going to get into the end zone. It's a touchback, and Wilkinsburg will put it in play at their own 20.
11 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Nice afternoon for a football game. This is a weekend that finds Pitt in West Virginia with the homecoming scheduled at Pitt, and Penn State with a big one up at Ann Arbor. And the Steelers at home with Cincinnati on Sunday.
Before your time, Bob, at the Dream Backfield will be down at Pitt.
That's right. I heard Marshall Goldberg in his comments, I guess it was Friday.
Those were the good old days.
So much credit to their defense, Joe.
Yep.
Here's the give, and this is Williams up to about the 25 or 26-yard line. Skips ahead to about the 28. That's their biggest run of the opening period. Justin Dujak and Jeffrey Kappa combine on the tackle. The first quarter has come to an end. So they've given them an 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 2 when we start our second quarter. Year, which would be Kappa's first.
Well, 10-0 is the first to a lot of coaches, Bob.
All right, Joe, second quarter.
All right, ready to go. And Van House hands off, and they go off the right side. They're going to come up a little bit short of the first down. Harrison Williams on the carry, and he's going to get to about the 29. He's going to need the 30 for the first down, so they're short about a yard. Jason Kappa, the stop for the Raiders.
Wilkinsburg yet with a first down to make here today.
Not a first down yet. They got their best shot right here. They only need a yard. Oh, they're back looking, throwing, and oh, they had a man wide open and couldn't hold on to it. It was Chuck Tyler, although it was a difficult catch. He had to leave his feet to try to get it. So it'll bring up a 4th down and 1. That play surprised me. They needed a yard, and they tried to pass for it instead of running, and now it looks as though they're going to have to punt the football. Unless, of course, they want to get this game over early, or I should say earlier.
Ramon
Burke is back at about his own 15-yard line. He's going to punt. And Ertlejack goes back to about the 45. There's a kick. Ertlejack is going to let it hit, and he's going to let it roll inside the 30, all the way down inside the 25-yard line to about the 23. A good kick.
46 yards if it's at the 25. Actually more, two more.
23, really.
That's, what, 48-yard punt.
29, is that where they were? The 29, that's 21 and 27, 48 yards.
I didn't do too bad in math either, did I?
Not bad, not bad.
Milo, don't worry about it. He's got the calculator, but he's got so many other charts to keep.
All right, it's going to be the Raiders now with the football. They have it at their own 23-yard line. They lead 14-0 in the second quarter. Handoff. Oh, there comes Dapra. He's at the 30, the 35. Dapra run out of bounds at about the 37 or 38-yard line.
Taking the ball out of bounds and knocking Jake Kappa to the ground.
There is a flag on the play.
Jake looked up at the press box on that call by Bruce. that the coach, Jake Kappa, was taken out in the play. He loved it.
Who's that? Justin Gray and say, "You're all right, coach."
How many fingers do I have up?
Well, they're going to penalize the Raiders here. Let's wait for the call. Why would they want to talk? Do you want a 20-yard gain or do you want the penalty? You know,
there's a flag on the play, and appears to be against the Raiders.
I once mentioned that to an official, and he said, you have to understand they're training these young kids, and they got to go through the routine.
I know, but that's infringing on their intelligence. I mean, if something is so obvious, for heaven's sake.
I'm just telling you what his explanation
is. I know, and I just get upset just listening to your explanation. That's how bad it is. Not your explanation, but what they're telling you. First down and 23 yards to go. Jack comes wide here to the near side of the field. Here's the draw right up the middle. Here comes Dapra, still on his feet. Still, had he broken that one, it may have gone a while. Number 75 or 95 that made the tackle, Brian Mallory, gets up to about the 23-yard line. They pick up the just about the 15 yards that they have lost. So it'll be second down and about 11 yards to go. We're at about 10 minutes remaining in the first half. 14-0, Riverview. The Raiders are ready. Kappa, hands off. And Jack, is that Jack over there? Gets it off the left side, and he gets up to about the 29-yard line.
Picking up about 5.
And Harrison Williams on the stop. He gets about 5, maybe 6 yards on that carry. It'll be third down and 5. Third and 5 for the Raiders. They have the football at their own 29. Dapra and Graham in the backfield. Kappa, orange signals. Kappa on the draw to Dapra. Dapra cuts inside, and he's going to get the first down across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. And Harrison Williams one more time. So Dapra gets the first down, and he's somewhere around 55 yards now and about 11 carries. So he's averaging 5 yards at least per carry, maybe a little bit better. So first and 10, the Raiders at their own 36-yard line.
Richard Rosenberger of the Riverview administrative staff taking in the game here today.
Kappa looking. Kappa throws long, and Jack got it. Oh, my, what a pass, and he's gone bye-bye. He got it. Touchdown. No flag.
Yards.
I think that's about 60-some yards. 64? Oh, brother, what a pass, and what a catch. Jack. That was really some play.
To have done nothing with a football. Brian Mallory.
Here, I thought it might have been about 10 yards too far. But Kappa knew where he was throwing it, and Jack knew where he was going to go, and there he was. He got it and raced into the end zone, 20-0. And Automatic is up there trying to get the extra point here as snap, but he gets the kick up. Oh, brother. It is good, and there is a flag. I think they ran into the holder, and they're going to probably penalize Wilkinsburg on the kickoff. It was good, 21-0. The Raiders over Wilkinsburg. And we'll take a break and come right back.
Riverview leading 21-0. Beautiful 64-yard touchdown pass play. There's a couple enjoying the game here. Check that out, huh?
Tell you what, I think the old man's enjoying it more than the little girl, I guarantee you.
That's Billy Barker. Did some wrestling up here at Riverview when he attended. Goes back a way. Billy also does some officiating in high school wrestling. And his young daughter, Megan. So where's Shelly? Probably home cleaning house.
All right, we're about ready to get this kickoff here, and the kickoff is going to come from the Wilkinsburg 45-yard line because of that penalty, a big one. So this one is probably going to go, it'll wind up somewhere, well, it's going to be taken right at the goal line, nice and high, and uh-oh, look out, here comes number 30 for the Wilkinsburg Ball Club, and Williams gets it all the way up to about
Out of bounds by number 20, Ben
Erdeljack makes the play at the 37-yard line.
That's only an 8-yard difference from where they kicked it off.
A run back of about 36, 37 yards. Good run back. That one was real high, but the coverage was a little slow getting down there, and they got a good run back out of it, 36, 37 yards, and they'll have it there at their own 37. Wilkinsburg in possession. 21-0 in favor of the Raiders. Oh, my goodness, look at this fumble. The minute the handoff took place, the quarterback, Jason Stenhouse, was hit immediately. And it was Jeremy Dujak.
On the tackle.
Well, they'll lose about 3 yards. They'll lose 3 on that play. 2nd down and 13.
Loss on the play is 3.
2nd and 13.
2nd and 13.
Ball at the 34-yard line. Stenhouse is ready. Lone setback. They send Williams in motion. Here's Stenhouse back looking, throwing, and it's going to be Williams with the catch. But right there to make the stop is Jeffrey Kappa right at the 40-yard line. So he'll pick up about 5 or 6 yards, far short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and about 7.
You know, when Williams turned the corner right before the snap, I thought they were going to throw the flag on him. But
well, they could have. Yeah. They could have thrown the flag real easy.
He rounded that one up.
Turned upfield a little bit too soon, but even the officials at time, Bob, have a heart. Stenhouse is ready. Williams one more time on the move. Stenhouse is back looking, and this play's going absolutely nowhere. Did Rimzak play that one, or did he play that one? He stops Mallory for a loss of about, let's see,
Brian Mallory.
12 or 13.
5, I'd say, no, a little bit. Well, yeah, it could be about, could be about 12, 13 yards on that one. Swing pass that was supposed to come outside, but Rimzak played that one like he was in the Wilkinsburg huddle. So it'll be 4th down and long yardage. Let's see who's back there for. Tamburo is one of the guys back there, and Daper the other one?
Along with
Tamburo and
Ben Erdeljack.
Erdeljack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Erdeljack. There's the kick. It's going to come out of bounds. And right there where Jake Kappa puts a stop to it. And the ball is going to be spotted at the 47, 48-yard line of the Raiders. So, well, actually, it's on the Wilkinsburg side. So Riverview will have the football, 1st and 10, at the Wilkinsburg 47-yard line. 5:59 remaining in the first half. And boy, it sure is. Sure is going to be a long afternoon for Wilkinsburg. It's a long one already. Here's a pitch back. Dapra, 40, 35-30. Daper down the sideline, gets run out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
On the play, back at the 40.
Ramon Burke. And there's a flag over at about the 45 that could go against the Raiders.
That was backfield in motion, Joe. He did cut before the snap of the ball.
I don't know. Maybe it was a hold. I don't know. What is it? Holding? That's what it is. Holding is going to go against the Raiders. That'll cost them 10 yards and negate a terrific run by Daper. Of course, he has many of them. He'll pick another one up here shortly.
I think Daper gets credit for 2 yards from the 47 to the 45 from the point of the infraction. It is now, let's see where we are. Back
well,
at the 45.
Second down and about, let's see. Well, it's actually first
18.
down and about 17 or 18 yards to go.
And 17.
Here's Kappa back looking, throwing. He's got a man out here, and it's incomplete, intended for his brother.
Jason Kappa.
Jason couldn't quite reach it. Incomplete.
Second down.
I can't help but think back of that pass to Ertlejack for 64 yards. Ertlejack in full stride reaches out and like glue on the tips of his fingers, just held on to it and continued to outrace his would-be tacklers, picking up the 6. So Ertlejack with 2 touchdowns in the game, one at 15 yards, the other is 64. So on those 2 alone, he has almost 80 yards in pass receptions. Good game. 96 overall.
There's the draw. There's Dapra. Still going, almost broke that one. And number 30 just hung on there. Harrison Williams just hung on to that leg. And Dapra was dropped at the 49. Had he been able to break that one, he might have still been running.
Third down and 11.
Third down and 11. Clock shows 5 minutes remaining in the first half. There's a pop over the middle to Kappa. Jason Kappa at the 30, inside the 30 to about the 27. And coming up for the stop was Aaron Scales. But the first down is picked up at the 28-yard line is where they'll spot the football. So the Raiders have it first and 10 at the Wilkinsburg 28-yard line.
And Jason Kappa just simply lined up as the tight end on that play, picks up the first down.
They make it look so easy. Clock is moving. We're approaching 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. 21-0. And a handoff. Dapra again. Here he goes. Dapra still going, and he's all the way down to about the 8-yard line. Oh, brother. Aaron Scales finally made the stop. Well, they'll spot it at the 9. First and goal.
But it's a Raider first down, all the way down to the 9.
19 yards on that carry for Dapra. Boy, this guy's a heck of a runner, Bob. You know that.
For the Raiders.
I know we've said it many times, but we got to do him justice by repeating it every so often. He is a good one. Kappa set to go once again. Here he goes, and this time he gives off to Tamburo. He breaks one tackle, cannot break the other one. He's going to be dropped by Harrison Williams and Justin Russell at about the line of scrimmage. Alan Jones also there for the stop. And where do they spot it? At the 10? Yep, he's going to lose a yard. They spotted just about the 10-yard line.
Goal from about 10.
So it'll be second down and goal at the 10.
Jarrell Jones was on the bottom of the pile. Not that he made the tackle. I think they were just trying to get over him, but he got up slow.
Here is Kappa. Breaks one tackle. He's going to run it. Now he throws, and touchdown. Jason Kappa for the touchdown. My goodness, these Raiders make it look so easy. Mm. 27-0 as Belisario is got the tee out there, getting set to go for the extra point. The snap, it's high, but controlled, and it's up and good. My, oh, my, oh, my. So the Raiders take a 28-0 lead with a little under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. We'll be back with more high school football right after this. There is the kick, and it's going to go down to about the 5-yard line, finally picked up. And big number 80 picks it up, and he is going to be dropped. Tim Black
brings the ball back to the
9-yard line.
About the 14.
Pretty fair afternoon so far for Jeff Kappa. He's 6 of 9 for 147 yards, and I believe 3 touchdowns. He got 2 to Myrtle Jack, 1 to Jake Kappa. Graham ran the other one in, so
first down.
Pretty fair afternoon.
Yeah, and you look at Wilkinsburg's dilemma, Joe. They've got so few. They're playing both ways. They're tired.
Right.
And it's tough.
It sure is. It would be tough no matter who they played, but going up against the #1 team in the area makes it even a little tougher. Long pass, it might be intercepted. Nope, overthrown, incomplete. Intended for Aaron Scales.
Number 33.
So Aaron Scales, the intended receiver, a little bit too high for him. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Under 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
2nd down.
I think there was an invitation sent out by Bill Barker for the Riverview team to go down to his place in Creighton after the game. They're going to have some food, and some soft drinks, and nice touch to an afternoon.
Boy, that's for sure.
It's over at Billy B's.
There's a pass, and it's incomplete. Intended for Ramon Burke, but he didn't look soon enough.
He had 2 Kappas over there, along with Ertlejack, and almost in a position to make the interception there.
3rd down and 10. I think the only thing in doubt here, Bob, is will Wilkinsburg score, and how many more points is Riverview going to put on the board? But the outcome of this one actually was determined, I think, before the game really started. Stenhouse again is ready. Back he goes. Looking now, they have the draw, and it's going to be, well, they had it and then lost it and then got him again. So he's going to be stopped at about the 12-yard line. Very little gain, if anything, by Williams. Graham was there for the stop. And I think Jeremy Dujak had a hand in that one, too. So the clock is moving, about 1:55 remaining, and Wilkinsburg is going to have to punt. Or will they? Yeah, I guess they better. They got Burke standing at the end zone. Tamburo and Ertlejack. There's a left-footed kicker. It's going to hit at the 35, and they are going to let it roll. Down at the 42.
Ball is down at the 42.
So 1:25 left in the first half. 28-0, the Raiders of Riverview, and they'll put it in play here from the Wilkinsburg 42. And we could hit the 30s here before the half.
I don't think Jake would want to do that.
Well, it's not a case of him wanting to do it. I'm sure he doesn't want to pour it on, but those kids they're not going to let up. The easiest way in the world, no, seriously, the easiest way in the world to get hurt is to
lay back,
relax. Yeah. Well, we get a new quarterback out there. I do know that. Oh, no, that's the same quarterback I'm talking about. No, it's the same quarterback. There is a flag on the play. Somebody jumped too soon, and it's the Raiders.
Against the Raiders of Riverview, 5 yards.
I thought I saw number 24 there, quarterback for the Raiders, but it's still number 14. That, of course, is...
Well, Fran Schulo would love that.
Huh?
Fran Schulo
sure he would.
love it. Who's going to tell Jeffrey?
Well, we'll have another quarterback in there in the second half. How soon, I don't know, but it'll be in the second half sometime. Clock is running. We're down to 50 seconds. They send Graham in motion. They pitch it back, and here is Dapra. Dapra still going. Dapra still going. Breaks another tackle, and he gets all the way up to about the 32 or 33-yard line. 35 seconds remaining. I think a timeout is going to be called here.
Timeout. Riverview.
The Raiders take a timeout with 32 seconds remaining. And, well,
Second, a little more than 2.
Bob, if they didn't want to score, they wouldn't have taken a timeout.
Yeah, well, by the way, this Harrison Williams, number 30, playing a good defensive game. He's just all over the place today for the Tigers, but they're on the short end of a 28-0 score. And, of course, he's got to play in the backfield.
I was going to say
offensively, so he's been out there.
And no matter how tired he gets, there's very little chance for a breather because they don't have hardly any players. I think Wilkinsburg is here with, what they count, 16 players?
17, actually.
17, actually? Okay.
Well, you've got Jason Kappa that plays both ways. Jeremy Dujak apparently plays off.
Most of the guys play both ways, Bob.
Rich Walsh plays both. But Sam, well, I'm trying to pick out, I'm saying Wilkinsburg's got all 11 going both ways, but the Raiders have the advantage. Somebody does get tired, they can pull them out. Boy, there's might be the youngest football fan here this afternoon. Whoever it is.
But didn't we see one a little bit ago?
Yeah.
That Billy was holding. A little younger than that one, I think.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe. All right, we're ready. Ball at the 33-yard line of Wilkinsburg, and the Raiders have the football with 32 seconds left. Second down and a couple. Grimzak in motion. Dapra gets it. He cuts in. Dapra still going. One more time he cuts in. Dapra down to the 10-yard line. Oh, brother. Again, Harrison Williams. And Dapra gets the ball down inside the 10-yard line.
I would have hated to think
23 more yards, and the Raiders take another timeout.
What would have happened if Harrison Williams would have gotten sick this week in practice or something and he hadn't shown? I'd hate to think what would be going on right now.
And Dapra, 16 carries, 130 yards.
By halftime.
And it's not the halftime yet. We've got 24 seconds. Time for 7 more points, I think.
Where are they, the 9, you say? First and goal at the 9.
Just inside the 10, right? Close to the 9.
Well, next weekend, as Joe had indicated earlier in this telecast, Comcast Cablevision will be at Burrow. Mars and Burrow, both winners on Friday night. Undefeated in the year, undefeated in section play, and this game will be for the section honors. And if Burrow wins, well, whoever wins will have home field advantage for the first weekend. But if Burrow wins, that would make Tom Henderson a mighty happy man, Joe. That would be 2 years running for him now.
For sure.
Last year they lost to the Little Prexies of Washington
in the
playoffs.
Thinking back in that game, Bob, it was a heck of a ball game. It was only 7-0 going into the fourth quarter. So, and Burrow got a good many of their people back. Washington figures to again be in the playoffs. So it could be a repeat of last year's pairing, but we'll have to wait and see. First things first. And right now, 24 seconds left. The Raiders at the 9-yard line. There goes Kappa on the draw. Dapra has it. Still driving, and he's going to get into the end zone. How about that? He carried about 4 people with him. So Dapra, 9 more yards and 6 more points. Boy, I'll tell you what, Graham and a couple of others, those big boys up front, just kept pushing, and Dapra grabbed the tail and just followed him right into the end zone. Oh, boy, 34-0, and Automatic is there getting set for the extra point.
Is that 34?
34, and 35 is coming up. Charles Belisario holding, and his brother Orlando gets it through there.
33 runs into the kicker.
And another penalty. You know where that kick went, Bob? I think it's about a mile and a half from Harmerville. That's how far that one went. My goodness. 35-0 in favor of the Raiders. Well, let's see. Jack has a couple of touchdowns. Graham has a touchdown. Kappa has a touchdown. That's the wide receiver. And Dapra has a touchdown. And Orlando Belisario has 5 extra points. That is 35-0. Goodness, and 15 seconds left. You know, I think what they ought to do seriously is let the clock run. Don't stop it at halftime. Just let it run. And whenever they get the necessary time in, that's it.
15 seconds remaining till halftime.
I don't know if you remember, Bob, but Arif Parsegian did that with Notre Dame against Pitt some years ago. Things were so bad.
64.
Yeah, that they just let the clock run and got the game over with quicker.
30 years ago that happened.
Is that when it was?
64.
There's the kick. And that one is into the end zone. And, well, Scales, I think Scales had his knee down.
He brought out to the 20, first down.
So they'll bring it out to the 20. Well, it's a long afternoon, Bob, for everybody, particularly those young people from Wilkinsburg who are getting lathered by the tune of 35-0. And the Tigers come out of the huddle, and they really had absolutely nothing going here all afternoon. They're just going to take the snap and just let the time run out. And that's going to end the first half with the score. The Raiders 35, Wilkinsburg nothing.
We'll be back, and the Raider Band will be on at halftime, plus our statistics coming up after this.
Y'all ready for this?
Well, we're about ready to roll now for the start of the third quarter. Riverview in the lead, 35-0 at halftime. This is a complete afternoon's work for most teams, but the Raiders have chalked up 35 by halftime. Orlando Belisario has kicked off a total of 6 times, counting the opening kickoff, and once after each touchdown. And the average Wilkinsburg start has been the 4-yard line. Now, 2 of those 6 kickoffs were aided by 15-yard penalties, but nonetheless, the average start for Wilkinsburg has been their own 4-yard line, with Orlando Belisario kicking off. That's Wilkinsburg about to kick off to the Raiders here to start our third quarter. Watching on the near sideline as Orlando Belisario was also practicing taking snaps, so he will undoubtedly come into the ball game somewhere along the way and replace Jeffrey Kappa. This will be the first time in the ball game that Wilkinsburg has kicked off. So Scales is kicking off. What did we say his size was, Joe?
He's 5 foot tall, 116 pounds. You were the same size too, weren't you, Bob?
when
you were born.
Here's the kick taken at the 20. That's Earl Jack at the 35. Stumbles and is going to be dragged to the ground by Wilbert Dandridge. Also by Vernon Glover. Emmanuel McClendon
First down,
is what?
Raiders.
Was he on the tackle
Oh,
too?
that's the guy that made the tackle.
So they're near the 37-yard line. Now Jeffrey Kappa is the quarterback here to start our third quarter. In the backfield, Justin Graham along with Dapra. The option play goes out to Dapra. Dapra at the 40 is tripped up over there by Maurice Strouder, but his knee never hit, and he kept on going, and that's a good second effort before Maurice Strouder did come up and hit him again.
Very close to a first down.
It is a first down for the Raiders at their own 48, so 10 yards on the carry for Dapra. And Mike Pavlik, who's keeping our statistics, had indicated he needed a little over 200 yards coming into the game to attain 1,000 for the year. And where does he stand now?
53 he needs. He got 10 on that carry. Now he needs 53.
So Dapra needs 53. Whistles before the snap of the football. Graham got the call, and who else but Harrison Williams was there to make the tackle. But apparently the penalty is going to go against Wilkinsburg. The Tigers called for this penalty.
Marks off against the Tigers. First down and 5 now for Riverview.
Offside.
It's offside penalty.
So it's first and 5 at the Wilkinsburg 46. $35-0 at halftime. We have just started our third quarter. And to Zach Zarymczyk.
Zarymczyk carrying the ball.
Zarymczyk is hit on the play by Alan Jones.
75. Theodore Rollins.
Gain of about pretty close to 5 on the play. Give him 4 yards and make it 2nd and 1.
Gain about 4.5 yards. Second down and less than a yard.
Boy, they're awfully close. They are so close to that. It's a wonder Jake didn't say, let's measure. But he's not.
35, 42-0, 35-0. You want him to measure.
Justin Graham carries, finds a hole over the right side.
Graham carrying the ball for the Raider first down.
Harrison Williams again.
Harrison Williams.
Somebody's injured.
This is a Raider first down. Timeout for an injury on the field.
One of the Wilkinsburg youngsters.
50,
in fact, he was that was Alan Jones. He was the first to slow down Justin Graham on that play. And he'll have to come out for one play, I think. They're going to send in Redmond Jackson, rather, to take his place for at least one play. $35-0, Riverview in the lead.
In the second quarter, West
First and
Virginia,
10 at the Wilkinsburg 38.
12.
Here's a gift to Dapra. Dapra over the 30, down to the 25, inside the 25, near the 21-yard line.
Another Raider first down.
Dapra picked up about 15 on that carry right there. So he's down to about 38 or so in pursuit of that 1,000-yard season.
But it is a Raider first down. Ball on the
It's at the 21. At the 21-yard line of Wilkinsburg, 1st and 10. Dapra's coming out. Zarymczyk also coming out. Tamburro and Graham are in the backfield with Erdeljak, a wing to the left. And it goes to Erdeljak. Erdeljak around the left side. And spilled on the play by Harrison Williams Also on the tackle, and he just came back in, Alan Jones, number 50.
Tackled by 89.
Jarrell Jones also assisted on the play with a penalty flag, and this one's against the Raiders.
Holding.
So the run from the 21 to the 18 was right where the flag goes. Give him the yardage on the carry and step off the penalty from that point. Ball is brought back to the 28. For the Raiders, it is first down at about 17.
17 yards.
First and 17 for Riverview. Leading 35-0. And we thank you, Mr. Rosenberger. Joe, there's your pizza.
Well, you're on the mic, Bob, so I'll eat mine while you talk.
Here's the draw play. That's Zarimsic. Zarimsic off the right side, gets a block, and is spilled. Nice tackle made by Williams again. Or was that 80? That was 80. Tim Black who made the play. The number looked like 30, Harrison Williams, but it was Black on the play at the 19, second and about 8. Or second and 7, one of the two. They have to get to the 11, and it's at the approximate 18-yard line, so second and about 7. This is Dapra, straight up the middle, down to the 10-yard line. Make it the 11 and a first down.
Very close to the first down.
Maybe a tad short. That'll bring the chains over to measure. Dapra picked up about 6 on the play or so. So he needs 32 yards for his 1,000-yard season. The chains are stretched and they're just a little bit short, about a foot.
9 inches short.
Well, Bruce says 9 inches short.
Well, it brings up third down.
So third down and inches for the Raiders. Near the 11. Bruce has been entertaining Oakmont Holmes here with his calling of games now for a couple of decades. 27 years, huh? This is Tamburro bouncing off of a couple of tackles, and finally Theodore Rollins makes the tackle. But a first down, it'll be first and goal at the 8, a 3-yard gain for Tamburro.
First down.
Well, let's see who's in the backfield now. We have Graham and Tamburro in the eye behind Kappa. First and goal from the 8. Myrtle Jack in motion, and it goes to Tamburro. Tamburro tackled by Black. Also Harrison Williams there.
Williams on the stop.
Black slow getting, no, it wasn't Black. That was Jarrell Jones. Jarrell Jones slow in getting up, but the ball is now marked at the 5. Right on the 5. Second down and goal from the 5. Well, if Dapra is out for the game, then his 1,000-yard season will come next Friday on the road. I don't know that Jake Kappa is aware just how close he might be. And the give to Zarimsic. Tackled by Harrison Williams. Harrison Williams on the tackle. assisted by Alan Jones. And the ball accidentally kicked after a 1-yard pickup.
3rd and goal from the 4.
3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Kappa gives to Zrimsik off the right tackle. Boy, they got him high around the neck. Wow. Williams grabbed him, and I mean it was a hard tackle. Zrimsik may have gotten up looking for his head with that one.
Williams making the tackle.
So it's at the 3, and it's 4th and goal.
On the 3.
And the Balisario's not coming in for the field goal. This is Ertlejack with a play from the bench on 4th and 3. 35-0, Riverview in the lead. 4th and goal from the 4. From the 3, rather. The pitch to Tamburo, running left side, into the end zone for the touchdown. Tamburo with the score.
And it is a Raider touchdown. Tamburo taking it in.
So the Raiders add to the lead now and make it a 41-0 game.
Raiders. Orlando Belisario.
Here's Orlando Belisario with Charles Belisario to hold. High snap, and the kick is good.
And it is good.
Once again, the official talking with Aaron Scales on his coming in toward the kicker. And Aaron just asking, there was no flag in the play. And Aaron is asking just how he played that defensively, and apparently he was okay on that one. So it's a 42-0 game right now. The Raiders in the lead, and we'll be back with Riverview's kickoff after this. The Raiders go 63 yards in 12 plays on that series. And you used up 6 minutes and 56 seconds of the clock, almost 7 minutes. Balisario's kick. And it's into the end zone for the touchback off the fingertips of Ramon Burke. Burke actually is better off bringing that ball out to the 20 with a touchback instead of trying to risk the run back. So Wilkinsburg trailing 42-0, have it at their 20-yard line following the Raider kickoff, 1st and 10.
Bob Myers into the game for the Raiders.
Stenhouse, the quarterback. Maurice Strouder is in the backfield, along with Tim Black. Here's a pass, and it is intercepted by Jason Kappa. Kappa is into the end zone for the touchdown. 23 yards on the interception and the return. And the Raiders now lead at 48-0.
Pass interception.
Belisario was on for the kick, and on this extra point try, I'm going to be watching Aaron Scales, who was attacking from the far right, and here he comes, and he blocked it. Aaron Scales blocked the kick.
The kick was blocked by Scales.
How about that for a change? Oh. 4:53 to play in the half, I believe. It's hard to see with that sun.
That's what it is, 4-5-3.
So Riverview with a 48-0 lead. And I wonder about the exchange of, Scales talking with the official on the last extra point, because he was motioning with his hands on, the official was showing him, run toward where the ball is going to be leaving the foot, as opposed to angling even tighter to go toward the kicker. And Scales picked up a pointer or two. How do you do, sir? Welcome to Riverview. Belisario kicking off.
The boot ball for the Raiders.
And Wilkinsburg to receive.
Along with
Williams, along with Burke. This is Burke on the reverse. Williams at the 10, 15. At the 20, it tripped up. And a flag thrown for the Raiders. Making the play was Sam Geppert. He was the one that stuck his hand out there.
I think his penalty is going to go against Wilkinsburg. Clipping, yep.
Boy, this team has just been
one of those days, Bob. Nothing is going right for Wilkinsburg, and
the ball wound up at the 18, so they'll bring it back to the 9. By the way, for those just tuning in, Daper needs only 32 yards somewhere in this game, and he will have achieved 1,000 yards for the year.
Well, you can forget it. He'll never get it this game. I don't think he's going to run the football anymore. I honestly don't think so, but you never know. He's still out there.
First down, Tigers.
Stenhouse with Williams and Scales in the backfield. Williams gets the call, but there is a fumble on the play. It was not Williams, by the way. That was Maurice Strouder. Loose football. And the Raiders, I believe, have recovered. The man on the bottom of the pile who had the football is number 40. Mike Bigenho.
Bigenho on that ball. Mike Bigenho falling on the ball. It is the Raiders' ball. First down.
They're at the 10.
At about the 10.
They cannot get a first down. It's just inside the 10-yard marker.
In the second quarter.
First and goal from the 10-yard line.
19.
Did you say second quarter?
What do we have, a timeout? For the Raiders, Jim Wilson has just entered the game. And I believe the Raiders have a bunch of new shirts in there, Joe. Number 24 has come in. That's Fran Shulo. 89 is
77 is Jim Wilson. 89 is Mike Catullo.
And Jake Kappa has.
Well, the guy just going in there now has no number in his bag.
Let's take a commercial break while we can. 4 minutes, 4 seconds remaining of the third quarter. We'll be right back. So from here on in, it's second teamer for the Raiders, and Orlando Belisario is the quarterback.
Darryl Derringer into the game for the Raiders.
Shulo lines up to the left. The give, however, goes to Bob Myers, number 22. Myers off the right side.
Carrying the ball for the Raiders.
And he had the privilege of being tackled by Justin Russell. All 300 pounds of him. Ball's marked at about the 8. Second and goal from the 8.
DJ Skillen into the game.
Belisario takes the snap and gives to Tamburo, is in for the touchdown.
Carrying the ball.
Oh.
There's a flag on the play, however.
Thought he was in for the TD.
The official did give a, did give a sign like he had gone in.
But a penalty flag thrown. I thought when he crossed the 5-yard line, the signal went up. A hold is the call of the Raiders. So the gain will be from the 8 to the 4. So give the guy 4 yards on the carry. And the penalty will be marched back.
T.J. Sinelli into the game.
Right at the 15. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 15. T.J. Skillen has come into the game for the Raiders. He wears number 62. Oh, there's a lot of new numbers in there, Joe.
Mark Bonarotti into the game.
They give this time to Tamburro trying the left side. Tamburro, boy, it looked like they had the face mask and everything. Let's see as they unpile. Justin Russell along with Jarrell Jones. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 14.
Ball on the 14. 3rd down and goal.
I don't know about you, but it seems like this game started at about 10.
You know what's even worse? May not be over till 10.
Here's a pitch out to Tamburro. He's at the 5.
He may get there. He may get there, and he does.
Touchdown.
Yes, sir.
Outstanding blocking by the line.
So the Raiders have now made it a 48-0 game. Well, let's see what the CED is. 54. What did I say? 50.
Yep. 54.
54-0. And Belisario will try the extra point.
I want to see.
Watch Aaron Scales.
Well, I want to see if anybody picks him up on the way in.
Well, they should. Here he comes again, and he almost got it.
And it is good.
The kick is good. There's no flag. Although Scales he got in there. Apparently got the foot of Belisario as it followed through. But 55-0 is the score right now. Well, bring us up to date, Joe.
I was going to say...
This is like a Wall Street report.
What I was going to say was that it concerns me that when the game is over or before the game is over, if we were to recap the scoring plays, it could be that we'll be here till 10 o'clock. Well, it started with Ertlejack taking a 15-yard pass from Kappa. Graham then ran 1 yard for a touchdown. Ertlejack, 64-yard pass from Kappa. Then Jason Kappa took one of 9 yards from his brother Jeff. Dapra on a 9-yard run. Tamburro on a 3-yard run. Jason Kappa again on a 23-yard interception. And Tamburro one more time on a 14-yard run. And every extra point was good with the exception of one, which was blocked. So it's 55-0. And I'll tell you what, it's a long afternoon and probably will get longer.
Here's the kick. This is not Belisario kicking, but Justin Dujak taken at about the 20-yard line.
Number 62 on the tackle.
And let's see who carried the football. Number 15 is Ramon Burke.
Burke bringing the ball back to about the 22.
And it's marked at the 24-yard line. Ron Zanella is into the game. T.J. Skillen, number 62. 56, Sam Geppert. 15, Justin Dujak. 75, Randy Gilbert. 34, Tamburro. 22, Bob Myers.
You know, seriously though, Bob, I don't know. When a game is of this nature, where it's a total runaway, I swear that that clock should be running all the time. It's just, you know, how much punishment do you want to give the team on the short end of the stick?
Mike Catullo is also there. And the quarterback could not get away. Let's see.
I think it's 62 that made that
That's
tackle. That was
T.J.
Skillet.
Also the play.
Back to the 19-yard line, I believe.
So it's 2nd and 15.
So from the 19, they lose about 4 yards. 2nd down and 14 to go. Folks, this is only the 3rd quarter, but we're inside a minute. Stenhouse looking to throw. On the flat, it is caught by Scales, 25, 30, and tackled by Sam Geppert.
And number 15 was also there, Justin Dujak.
PA just went out. 3rd down. They're at the 21. Looks like about 3rd and 13. Stenhouse over center. Burke in the backfield.
You're not going to get another playoff. The quarter's going to end 55-0 in favor of the Raiders.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come right back. About ready to go now with the start of the 4th quarter. The Raiders leading in the game 55-0. And as we resume play, it'll be 3rd and 13 for Wilkinsburg at their own 21 or 22-yard line. Look at some of the signs along the side here.
Everybody's a hero, Bob. All right, we're about set to go here as Jason Stenhouse is there, and he's had a long afternoon. Stenhouse around the right side. Now they pitch it back, and it's still trying to get something. That's number 30. That's Harrison Williams. And tell you what, he has been active on defense. He's had so many tackles. And this time he picks up but nothing. I think he actually lost about a yard. So it's going to be 4th down. Ball at the 22. 34, that's Tamburo, and 22 is Bob Myers. They're back to take the punt. And Raymond Burke is back. Should be a delay here shortly. Oh, look at this. And they're not going to make it. Well, I'll tell you what, on 4th and 11, I don't know. Good play, but so Williams. Yep.
Short-circuited snap. You got your wish, Joe.
You know what? Well, anyway, we won't, as Howard Cosell would say, we will not amplify on that remark. Here's a handoff, and going through for some good yardage here was Mark Bonarotti. And he got good yardage all the way down to about the 20-21 yard line. Justin Russell in on the stop. What are they going to do? Measure?
Penalty flag, Joe. Holding on the Raiders.
All right. The clock is moving, by the way. Mercifully, it's moving. First down. Handoff right up the middle, and breaking out of there was number 22 for the Raiders, Bob Myers. He got hit but didn't manage to break one tackle and picked up a couple of yards. So the Raiders are at the 2nd down and 7. The ball is spotted at about the 27-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down, 7. The Raiders from the 27. And it's Dujak at quarterback for the Raiders. That's Justin Dujak. And the handoff goes off the left side there, as going through is Orlando Belisario, and he's, what is he, place kicker, defensive back, took a few snaps, and now he's a running back. Is there anything this guy can't do? I know he's a lousy kicker. You believe that one, brother? I'll tell you another one. I haven't seen any better. All right, here we go. It's 3rd down and a couple for the Raiders. They have the ball at about the, 23-yard line, right up the middle. It's number 31, Mark Bonarotti, and he's going to be stopped, I believe, short of the 1st down. Maybe about a yard, maybe less than a yard short of the 1st down. Steve Mitchell into the lineup for the Raiders. All right, here we go. Dujak, the quarterback, hands off, and busting through there, getting the 1st down is Steve Mitchell. And we're going to take a break right here and come back with more high school football right after this. All right, we're back following that 1st down carry by Steve Mitchell. So the Raiders just inside the Wilkinsburg 20-yard line. We're at 6:45 and counting here at Riverside Park in Oakmont. A beautiful day, especially for the Raiders. Dujak handing off right up the middle is Wilson one more time, and he gets a couple of yards on the carry. Coming up from the bottom of that pile was Harrison Williams, and boy, has he had some tackles this afternoon. I'll tell you what. If they'd have paid you for every tackle, he walks out of here rich. Didn't have too much help, though, to be honest with you, but Harrison Williams certainly has done his part for the Tigers of Wilkinsburg. We're approaching 6 minutes remaining in the game. Handoff right up the middle. Number 31 on that carry, Bonarotti, and he is going to be stopped around the line of scrimmage. And I think number 50 was shaken up on the plays. That's Alan Jones, I believe.
2nd time in the game that in the 2nd half, actually, that he's been down.
Right. Do we owe for another break?
Yeah, but it's kind of soon.
Kind of soon.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll just wait then. I just thought I'd ask. So let's. Well, we'll give you the situation as it is right now. It's 55-0 in favor of the Raiders, and it's just 17 carries.
Oh, that's at halftime.
That's not up to date. That's okay. In any event, I might pass along the information unofficially, of course. Steve Daper needs 32 yards to reach the 1,000-yard mark here in 1994, and of course has not played much here. We played very little in the 3rd quarter, not in at all here in the 4th quarter. So looks as though he's going to have to wait with the game against Clairton to maybe pick up his 1,000th yard. He's a super runner, that young man.
He may get it on his first carry.
It could be. Could be.
Well, whatever his average is, you figure he's got to get it in the 1st quarter. I tell you what, Joe, maybe we should take the break.
It wouldn't be a bad idea.
You're convincing me.
All right. On behalf of all those good sponsors that we have that pick up the tab for this show, let's take a break. Give them a little bit of time. We'll be back right after this.
Well, Joe,
we're back, and the youngster that was injured was Alan Jones, and he's being taken off by ambulance. And those of us here in the booth, Milo and Bob and myself and everyone else from the Riverview crew, certainly hope that the young man is fine and nothing serious. All right, Dujac. That's the young Dujac, who's at quarterback, Justin, that is, hands off, and they get very little there. It's going to be a 4th down. Jason Orban, was that the guy that ran the ball, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I think most of the youngsters in there now are people that weren't in at the start of the ball game. We'd certainly like to recognize them all, but we just don't have a chance. Justin Dujac is the quarterback, as we had mentioned. And the handoff to number 24, that's Fran Shulo, and Fran is going to get up across or at least near the 15-yard line and short of the 1st down. And boy, we got a lot of new people going in now. Fritz Tamburo is going in, and of course, he's been in there. 89, Mike Catullo. 77 is Jim Wilson. 57 is Darrell Derringer. Number 60 is Ron Zanella. 54, Carl Banks.
And Wilkinsburg takes over on
77 is Jim Wilson. I think we mentioned that. And right. Oh, they break through there and get good yardage. Number 30, Harrison Williams. Harrison Williams broke through there, and they get the ball up across the 30-yard line, and they get the 1st down. Is that the first of the ball game? First down of the game. So you talk about total domination. DJ Stanelli was the guy that was there on the stop. Stenhouse right up the middle again. This time no yardage, very little in fact. Let's see who's down at the bottom of that pile for the Raiders. I believe it's number 60. I believe it's number 68 again. DJ Stanelli. A couple of tackles in succession here for Stanelli. Randy Pleasant into the game for the Raiders.
He wears number 35.
35. 2nd down. And 10 yards to go. Stenhouse hands off, and there goes Williams again off the right side. He's going to go down the sideline, still going, and he's still on his feet, but was run out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Ron Zanella ran him out. So a gain of about 26 yards on that carry. Okay. 41-yard line is where they spot the ball. This very well could be the last play of the game. Stenhouse hands off. Williams again. Across the 40, picks up about 4 yards. And I doubt very much if they're going to have time to run off another play as Jim Wilson makes the stop for the Raiders. We're down to 5 seconds, and I don't think they're going to get another play off, and the Raiders stay undefeated as they win it 55-0.
And our PNC Bank game MVP, Ben Erteljack, on 2 carries for 12 yards, 3 pass receptions for 96 yards, and a touchdown. Total yardage for Ben Erteljack in the game with 108. We congratulate Ben and the Raiders winning their 7th in a row. And on next week to Clairton. That's going to wrap it up here at Riverside Park. On behalf of Joe Falsetti and our statistician Mike Pavlik, I'm Bob Tatter, thanking you for joining us. And the Raiders win it big this afternoon, the final of 55-0. Next Friday night, it'll be Mars at Burrow. Undefeated teams playing Friday night. First showing at 9 p.m. Friday and 10 o'clock Saturday morning. I'm Bob Tattern again, thanking you for joining us, and so long, everybody.